My name is Haley Shawnee, and this is the story of how I've become a policy advocate, a professional tree hugger, and a soon-to-be public servant through my experience in the Master of Public Administration program at the College of Charleston. My first love was the Chesapeake Bay. I just didn't know it. Growing up along its shores gave me a passion for the environment and its responsible stewardship. My grandmother, who is sadly no longer with us, always instilled in me a deep respect for the bay, its denizens, and those who use and love it. This drove me to attend the University of Rhode Island for marine biology. On the shores of the Narragansett Bay, I learned all about the ocean, how I was expected to do research, and that I might not like marine biology the way that I was supposed to. But I wasn't ready to give up on my dreams just yet and went to study abroad. In Bermuda, I was able to fully submerge myself in field and laboratory work. And guess what? I absolutely hated it. Over the course of the 4 months I was there, I went through the motions as my childhood dreams since the tender age of 7 shattered. The experience left me feeling like a square peg being smashed into a round hole. I just couldn't envision myself being successful or even happy in a field without sacrificing pivotal parts of who I truly was. So after school was over, I went back to the Bay. I joined the Chesapeake Conservation Corps working for a nature center. There, I was able to become fully immersed in the nonprofit sector, public service, and environmental stewardship. It was like day and night compared to my undergraduate experience, and I was completely hooked. With my year in the Corps at the end, the world and all its possibilities opened up to me. While I loved my job at the Nature Center, I knew I wanted to be more vocal on environmental issues and enact change outside the scope of their mission. So I started to look at graduate school as a next step. I was accepted in the concurrent MS in Environmental and Sustainability Studies Master of Public Administration program in January of 2018. I was excited to be able to marry my two passions, the environment and public service, in one graduate experience. At the college and in the MPA program, I learned a great deal about what it means to be a leader. I've adopted the credo, we over me, and have sought to be a leader who elevates others, makes everyone feel welcomed and valued, and gives those most affected by public action a voice. I've endeavored to emulate this leadership on campus through my leadership positions in MESA, MPASA, and LSA, how I conduct myself on and off campus, and through my work as the graduate assistant for the graduate school office. To be a concurrent student is to live on the island of misfit toys, since our work often goes beyond the scope of either individual program. As a concurrent student, more at home on the MPA side of things, I felt like an especially misfit toy due to my love of policy. I see my role in the policy process as an advocate, someone who works to overcome barriers to policy participation, and someone who can bring a scientific perspective to the policymaking table. I will also work to amplify voices that are typically excluded from the policy process. With my strong background in science, I'm uniquely prepared to bridge the gap between the ivory tower and City Hall. To be able to research, understand, and communicate information and data is especially critical to a steward of the environment. My preparedness to assume this role can be illustrated through my thesis work. I'm working to tell the story behind Chesapeake Bay's superhero, Mr. Trash Wheel, to a variety of audiences. So far, I've worked with both academics through our NOVA and ASPA, and the general public with my winning 3MT, but there's more work still to be done. At my core, I want to create a more sustainable world through environmental conservation and stewardship. I want current and future generations to be able to enjoy clean, healthy environmental spaces as I have all my life. I want people to have clean air, water, and a livable community regardless of where they live, what they look like, or how much money they make. I want a world that is ready and able to make and take decisive action to mitigate and stop global climate change, and that takes action towards environmental justice. So what now? Looking back at my 3 years in the program and what brought me to this moment, I can firmly answer the question, who am I? In terms of what kind of public servant I am. With the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and experiences gained from the MPA program, this is who I am. I am someone who welcomes all. I am someone who advocates for environmental and social change, who bridges the gap between science and policy, who elevates those who are often unable to be heard, and I am a proud, unapologetic environmental steward. I want to take what lessons I've learned from the MPA program and the Chesapeake Bay to conserve and steward the environment where it is needed most. I know that no matter where I go with the MPA programs, I know that I'll be ready no matter what life throws at me. I wanted to thank my family, especially my grandmother, my friends, Emery, my other half, the CCC cohort who went through this with me, as well as Dr. Millison, Dr. Nallen, Dr. Watson, Lucy, Marla, and all the faculty and staff here at the college. I'd be dead in a ditch without you. Thank you.